Raider Nation, stand up.
Hello, everybody. Are y'all excited for the Las Vegas Raiders to resume balling on September the 8th? Right? 8th? Yeah, September the 8th. I sure am. And well, there's a question that lingers on my mind, though. Did the Las Vegas Raiders make the right decision by starting Gardner Minshew? Well, let's talk about that, perchance. So, feel free to minimize this video, work on your accounting, open up QuickBooks, whatever else you may be doing, fire off some text messages while this is running in the background, because all that's going to be shown is Gardner Minshew highlights from the preseason, as well as Aiden O'Connell highlights from the preseason. So let's get into it. So one thing that concerns me with Gardner Minshew while I was watching the preseason is how many inaccurate balls he throws. I believe it was the Vikings preseason game. It was either the Vikings or the Niners. The Cowboys. There were a lot of times where he'd roll out of a clean pocket or he'd roll out right, and instead of just chucking the ball away, he'd like throw it into double coverage or just make a bad decision. For example, there's this one play he rolled out to the right, couldn't find anybody. He threw it to a one-on-one, but it was like heavily contested. Could have been intercepted if the DB was better. Luckily, the ball just got deflected, but it was that. And then on the next play after, Gardner Minshew rolls out to the left. He's getting pursued by a defensive tackle. He tries to throw the ball instead of throwing it away, and thankfully it gets batted down by a D tackle. And it's like, what are we doing here, And I watch Aiden O'Connell during the same preseason, and I'm seeing him throw strikes. Granted, I will say this. Aiden O'Connell did not really throw it as deep as Gardner Minshew was. Gardner Minshew was kind of letting that thing rock, which I wonder if that was the point, like if that's what they wanted him to do. But regardless, when I watch Aiden O'Connell during that first Vikings drive, it was just like strike after strike after strike. You know what I mean? Like he dotted him up down the field and then took like a pretty bad sack to only get us a field goal, which is like, that's what's going to happen with Aiden O'Connell. That's the trade-off. You get Gardner Minshew who can use his feet, or you get Aiden O'Connell who just takes a sack. He's fat. You know what I mean? He's not fat, but you get what I'm saying. And just like when I watch that, I get concerned because you're trading accuracy for the ability to run. And it's like, which one do we favor more? Now, I will say I'm not an NFL coach, so my opinion doesn't really mean anything. I would have probably said, like, based off what I've seen in the preseason, I watched both preseason games where they both played in. I don't think they played in the Niners one, even though I watched like part of the Niners. Even still, like, I probably would have went with O'Connell just for the fact that he's accurate, but like that'd be very loose. But I don't know. Anyway, I made this video to like kind of consult with you guys. Like, do you guys think they made the right decision? Because I can see it going either way. Like, on one hand, you want Gardner Minshew to be able to roll out of the pocket and make good plays. And let's not forget, he was a Pro Bowler with the Colts. Granted, he was a backup, but he was a Pro Bowler. He got the Colts to 9 wins. I think he had a winning record with them. So it's like, yeah, anyway, I don't know. That's, in my mind, I probably would have went with Aiden O'Connell, but I want to know the consensus with Raiders fans. Because like I said, like, the trade-off is accuracy for the ability to move and be mobile. But yeah, as far as like my hopes for the Raiders, I can't lie to you guys. You guys might hate this as Raiders fans because I know how Raiders fans get. They're like, I always want my team to win no matter what, which is like, that's a good mentality. I would rather have the Raiders go like 3-14 than be like 7-10 and stuck with like the 11th draft pick, because if we're bad, if our offense sucks, I want to be able to get like a good quarterback in the draft. You know what I mean? Like Shadur, Cam Ward. I don't know how any of the other guys are going to shake out. Quinn Ewers or Carson Beck. Those are like the other big names that I hear get thrown around. But I want to be able to get those guys in the draft instead of just being stuck with like the 11th draft pick, having to like trade the house to get one and take a swing. I'd rather just be there like naturally without having to give anything up. But on the other hand, I will say I would not mind just going like 10-7, 9-8 with a wild card spot, because then it's like we made some progress. Then it's like I feel like we can trade pieces to get a quarterback and not have to worry about like sabotaging our future. You know what I mean? Like if we went 10-7 without a quarterback, we could trade a couple pieces in exchange for one. You know what I mean? And I'd assume we can still get the same results. Anyway, I'm super excited for this Raider season. I'm super stoked to see the defense, but yeah, I'm just really concerned about if the Raiders made the right decision picking Gardner Minshew. Outside of that, I hope our defense balls out. I'm a big fan of Jack Jones, Max Crosby, Defensive Player of the Year agenda coming up soon. Don't forget that. I'm going to be breaking down his games for sure. And yeah, guys, appreciate y'all watching the video. Stay tuned. NFL season going to be crazy for my channel. Hopefully, we can go nuts. All right. Thank y'all for watching this video. Peace out.